Okay, that place is definitely a nest now, because that is a lot of Nidorans for one single spot. I can think of a lot of things more interesting than Nidorans, including seals and magnemites, and diglets, and pretty much anything that's not a Rattata. But I could always use more Nidoqueens. I think I'm actually trying to raise up for one at this particular moment. No, actually, I think it's this Nidoreal I want to get into Nido King. But I do get all these. I do get a lot of Nido Queens that are all really good, and I could always use more Nidoran candy. Speaking of, both things I want are right next to each other. This is just disappointing from a nest standard, because I can find a Nidoran pretty much any time I walk. I won't complain though, because the more candies, the better. There's my 7-day streak. Got my 7-day item bonus earlier on. I mean, that reminds me, I've been pushing the item limit. Guessing I checked very much. Well, I had just started my walk. Like, I haven't even done anything with it yet. And I already gotta toss items. I probably need to toss at least 50 items, because I'll easily restock and all that by the time I get back. I almost want to just throw all my potions, because I'm inevitably going to get more before I battle. Maybe I can toss a couple revives. I don't want to touch my Pokeballs, because I'll burn through them really quick. Namab berries, I don't want to throw you out, but let's be real. By the time I use 16 Namab berries, I'll have at least 20 more. And same thing with the raspberries, but to a lesser extent. Look at all of this stuff. Well, I guess if my phone can make up its mind of where it wants to be. The sad thing is I haven't even gotten out of the car yet. My character is doing this all on his own. Maybe I should get out of the car so the GPS actually works. And while I got this screen up, I might as well showcase the other recent thing I got. Another Ditto. I kind of wish I could find one that had a good amount of CP, like 1,000 even, 500 if it doesn't go that high. Because I want to fool around with a Ditto in the gyms more, but they're just so low CP, it's not even worth putting one in, unless you're just doing it for the lows. Also, the other reasons why it's not worth bothering with gyms today. If only the game would load and not unload the Pokemon in the process. See how quickly I can find it. But I just found an Abra, Pinapberry, and caught it. And I believe it gives me enough to evolve this guy. So I guess I can look forward to for my next evolution set. Heck, I might even evolve it before then. So I do want to get on film, and I don't want the pressure of trying to evolve things as much as possible to get in the way of the moment. Like, try to evolve as many things in 30 minutes as possible, is what I mean. Just for the record, I'm not going for that Bulbasaur. I'm almost back at the car. I'm not walking there several blocks just to get one. I'm content with the one I got. I just want to showcase that, yes, Nidorans are back here again. Which means all the nests probably changed. They're probably something better than Megamites at the state park. But I've been walking so much as this. It's a bit of a detour still, even if I can make it along the way. I don't know if I want to go for it. You'll see if that's the case still. Well, here's my haul for today, minus the stuff that's already been released. By release, I mean transferred. I'm going a literal 0 miles per hour game. Take a chill pill. And I got 2-kilometer eggs sitting around, one of them from this walk, so that's nice. And I hatched my 5-kilometer egg. I think that really old one that I've been keeping around, and it was just a tentacool. It was this. And it makes me sad, because I would rather have a novelty of a really old egg just sitting in my inventory than another tentacool that I'll probably never use. This Abra, which bumps me up to the 100 candies I need to evolve my Kadabra that I caught. Still really happy that I caught a really good tier Kadabra that I don't even need to wait another 25 candies just to evolve all the way to Alakazam. This Bulbasaur, which unfortunately was not quite enough to bump me up to the 100 I need to evolve the Ivysaur. I evolved the last mass evolution. I mean, if I transfer this one, that'll bring me down. That'll get me close, but not close enough. Nidorans all over the place. I think I'll actually transfer 1 or 2 of these now, especially since rumors been going around that third-party IV checks are going to get you banned. There's no proof or solid concrete evidence to the rumor. I'd rather not take that chance. It really sucks because uninstalling it makes me realize how reliant I was on it. Sure, I could go into my spinner rack, hit this button, watch Sparks blow his mouth off, and see if it's good or not. But then I gotta do that to every single spinner rack I catch. The whole 4-step process, when you're catching about 20 spinner racks a day, that really adds up. Maybe not 20 spinner racks a day, but definitely feels like 20 spinner racks a week. I mean, if they had an appraisal system like in Sun and Moon, where after you beat the game, you go to an area, and if you've raised a certain number of Pokemon or that, you get a guy who literally gives you a PC extension that spells out the exact IVs of every Pokemon as you hover over them. If Pokemon Go has something like that, I wouldn't mind them banning third-party apps, but I use something that's outside of the game because the game doesn't provide me with enough information. I'm not hacking, I'm not trying to manipulate the system at all. I just want to know. I don't want to accidentally release a good mon. And I don't want to spend a whole hour doing that. Pardon me, I just had to get that out of my system. And I think that's the end of the stuff I caught today. Though I think I came across an Notch and Pidgey that was interesting yesterday. I forget when I caught this Chikorita. I didn't think it was that new. Scroll down carefully. Apparently I caught it this week somewhere. I can't believe I forgot already. And I didn't forget my boy Yama. I need to get a lot more Yama candies. Thankfully, 4th gen is so far away. I got plenty of time to do that. If we're even gonna get 3rd gen, I don't know. I mean, it seems obvious at this point with them doing a 2nd gen. But at the same time, it just seems... I could see 2nd gen going through and still appealing to the nostalgia goggle fans of the classic series. people who only grew up with the first two Pokemon games in general. Third gen is when you start getting the split in the Pokemon community between the classic fans and the overall fans. And Pokemon Gold left me with this feeling that I was trying to appeal to the nostalgia fans more than anything else. So on one hand, I'm sure a lot of people would be surprised if third gen never came to fruition, but I wouldn't be surprised. In the same breath though, adding a new generation of Pokemon would be an easy way to freshen up gameplay in that, so I could see it going either way. I'm probably just having my tinfoil hat on. They'll probably do the third generation if I'm gonna be honest. I just acknowledge why you wouldn't want to do the third generation. I doubt it'll stop anyone if it makes money. Speaking of money, it's not worth walking all the way back there for the eggs. Debating whether even to go take like the extra 10-minute detour home, stop by the state park and see if I can see what the new NES has in store. But I think because it's after Memorial Day, the park's going to start charging, or you have to have a state pass in order to go in there, and I don't have a new one. I don't want to go through the trouble of getting one. Debating if I even want to put the money into getting one. So, I'll see next weekend. Yeah. Plus, I still gotta fill up on gas, and that always has a... what's it called? Grab bag? I think grab bag's the general term you use for random miscellaneous stuff Pokemon. There's usually at least one uncommon Pokemon that pops up when I go to get gas. That reminds me, speaking of uncommon Pokemon, I've heard some people mention, where are the Tauros? And you got a point. When I recall that, I was just thinking that there was one time when I was filling up on gas, they actually ran into Tauroses. And I haven't seen any since then. At least at our reservation. I used to see them all the time when I walked down this path too. At least when the game in the first few months of the game. But the more recent 3 or so months, I haven't seen a single Tauros. And that does make me wonder, where are they? I guess that's a mystery that we'll have to look into next time. And by next time, I mean probably never. How do you walk around to solve a mystery of Pokemon not showing up in the game? That's something you rely on the internet for. No, sorry, I keep stalling for time. I'm just standing around here in the game, spinning the camera to try to make things a little more dynamic and interesting. I guess while I'm doing that though, I caved since I was getting so many coins, and I feel kind of bad using coins on consumable items like the incubators. So I decided to try to get something permanent. And I got the t-shirt. On the bright side, I didn't have to spend any money for it, because I was getting 10 coins a day. But I'm kind of regretting this already. I don't know, it's just a weird draw. Because I want to get something that's actually useful for the game, like the incubators, or the lucky eggs, etc. But I've never been a fan of buying consumable items with the in-game currency, especially with mobile games when that in-game currency is what you spend real life money currency on as well. Because once you use an incubator, it's gone. If you put money into those Pikachu coins and you get an incubator, once you use it 3 times, that money's gone forever. And I just prefer to have my money spent on things that are more novel that last. I guess I could get Pokemon and item storage too, but I've gotten so much of that already, it just feels like a waste. I mean, I am hitting the caps a lot, but I haven't really gone through real carefully and transfer everything. Which is gonna be hard now, because a certain company doesn't have a good Pokemon evaluation system. I gotta close this vlog off here before I go into an endless loop. Bye.